Welcome to Gracie University, and thank you for checking out our certified Gracie Jiu Jitsu Training Center in Richmond, Virginia.
Whether you're training here at headquarters or at any other certified training center around the world, there are 3 things you can expect when learning Jiu Jitsu the Gracie way.
Number 1, structure. Gracie Jiu Jitsu is for everyone, but only if taught correctly.
Way too many schools have this one-size-fits-all approach. The problem with this is you have people with all different needs being taught Jiu Jitsu the same way.
So what we've done is spent a ridiculous amount of time creating specific programs for each and every demographic. And the benefit of this is that each person is gonna get from Jiu Jitsu what they need from Jiu Jitsu. Gracie Bullyproof, non-violent self-defense, confidence, and character development for kids ages 5 to 12.
Women empowered. 20 essential self-defense techniques for ladies of all ages.
Gracie Combatives, 36 techniques, no knowledge to street ready in the least amount of time possible.
The Master Cycle, from blue belt to black belt and beyond.
And in a structured fashion, you guys, to minimize frustration, maximize retention is what it's all about.
Now, every single student will get an attendance card. With this card, we will track their progress.
Critical.
They know what they've learned. They know what they need to learn to move to the next phase.
Students love this.
Number 2, safety.
Number 1 priority. Even though it's number 2, it's the number 1 priority. Why? If you come to class and you get injured and you can't go to work tomorrow, we're not doing our job.
Often what happens is somebody who has very little experience is in a class with people who have a lot of experience. You end up becoming somewhat of a grappling dummy.
So what have we done? Taken the opposite approach. So the way it works is in our beginner programs, the basics. You're gonna learn fundamentals. You're gonna learn how to protect your body, protect your partner, and protect your face, and defend yourself. Ultimately, beginner programs, entry level, are for the basic techniques, no competitive sparring, because you're not ready to do that without injuring yourself or someone else.
And we will get you ready. And once you're ready, then you will transition to the Master Cycle, and the cooperative, work together, help each other environment will also follow you for the rest of your journey.
So even in the Master Cycle, when it's sparring amongst, training partners who are trying to defeat one another, the collaboration energy is very strong. You're working with each other, not against each other.
Of course.
Number 3, street readiness. Now, Jiu Jitsu exists as both a self-defense system in the highest regard and a recreational sport. And unfortunately, most schools dedicate all their training time to the sportive aspect of the art.
What does that mean? That means that somebody could be training for 2, 3, 4 years.
More, 10.
Forever, and never talk about what might happen in a real fight.
And this is very unfortunate, you guys, because Jiu Jitsu is an amazing self-defense system. So what we've realized is the first thing you learn is the hardest to forget. Yes. So all of our entry-level programs are 100% committed to the techniques you're gonna need out in the parking lot tonight, tomorrow morning. Whatever goes down, you're gonna be ready, but that's because the emphasis is 100% self-defense.
And once you own this self-defense mindset and this way of survival, then you can take that mindset with you and apply it to the Master Cycle.
Where you might be rolling more sportively,
Jiu-Jitsu versus Jiu-Jitsu.
but it's still a self-defense mindset being applied in a sportive practice of Jiu Jitsu.
Or to any other area of your life.
Too deep, you guys. Now, there are 2 other benefits that only exist at certified training centers. Number 1, online access to your curriculum of study for free with your membership. And number 2, free satellite training privileges at any CTC around the world.
Why would you want online training? It's so you can watch a lesson. When you go home, you forgot a detail, you can't fall asleep at night, you can go on, you can watch the lesson and then sleep easy. Or you want to come to class the next day, but you don't know the lesson, you haven't learned it yet.
Or you want to prepare, right?
You show up already speaking the language because you watched the lesson.
And we found that students who watch their online lessons during the week, in addition to coming to class, grow at twice the rate of progress than students who just come to class.
It's all about time and energy.
There you go. So online access and satellite training privileges, which means you can schedule the rest of your life's vacations
or business trips
around certified training centers, because nothing worse than going on a vacation and not being able to keep up on your Jiu Jitsu. Nothing worse than that.
And when you do a class, wherever you're vacationing, when you do a class there, what do? You do class number 7, you remember, you take note, and you bring that back and you put it on your card, your attendance card at your school.
Home. So any classes done remotely count on your attendance card back home, because the curriculum is identical for all the beginner programs at CTCs around the world. The bottom line is this. You guys need to go to a CTC, tell them we sent you. They're gonna do 10-day free trial. What's the benefit of that?
Well, if it's not everything that you've ever wanted when it comes to Jiu Jitsu, then you say, you know what, it's not for me.
But if it is everything you've ever dreamt of and more,
enjoy.
We'll see you on the mat.